When I grew up here on the farm, that field was pasture ground, and Dad would have at least 100 head of cattle there. He would have them grazing down there on the grassland down there. We didn't farm it back then. And I still can remember being on the B tractor, John Deere tractor, and he had one of these Uga horns from an old Model T, and he let me press it all the time to make that sound, and then all the cattle would come and we would feed them. And I still remember, I liked that. That was the best part. When I got to, I guess, around 8th grade, we started farming the bottom. We farmed for decades down there then. And then all of a sudden, towards the end of the mid-'70s to late '70s, the creek started to come out. The flooding then was happening more frequently, and then we got to a point where Jack Lesko, one of the duck hunters that comes on our property, he says, you know, they got this program out at the NRCS office for putting it into a wetland program. So me and my wife, we discussed it.
It still took us about 3 years to finally decide, because it's such a big change. We're so glad we did. We dealt with Robin in the office there at the NRCS office, and she's just been wonderful to deal with. She's had every answer to a question we would have. She really helped us understand what this whole program is about. She took the time for us, and it was really good.
One of my favorite examples of a wetland restoration easement is the Bauer farm here. I started working with the Bauers around 2017. Their passion for conservation really shines through their passion for wildlife. We did the conservation planning, and we told them about what's the best place where to put your trees, or where would you want your wetland slough to go, or your hunting blinds. The water control structures, we have NRCS engineers come in and do assessments, and they do all the earthwork and the grading and so forth for the landowner to get the program into compliance. Once you cross the access gate, you come to Silver Creek, and there's an old bridge that I believe Mr. Bauer's grandfather built. Once you cross the creek, you sort of meander through these tree plantings, and these are all oak, hickory, bottomland hardwood tree plantings that are gonna survive these floods. They're gonna thrive in this kind of environment.
We like to take walks down there. It's quiet, and it's peaceful, and it's really put back to what it's really meant to be. It really wasn't meant to farm, now that I look back at it, because it's got a creek run all the way through it, and it's very flat. When a creek just gets over the banks, it floods right away, and it floods all of it. So it's the best thing we could have done for it, really.
We have some open areas, the wetland areas, that they have naturally regenerated with native annual species that's great for waterfowl. We have a warm season grass planting here, so you're gonna see Indian grass and sedges and those native species that used to be here before it was corn and soybeans.
We were starting to see things down there we never saw before. I even got a picture of a golden eagle that was down there, and it made a nest down there. We had a guy come in, and he was checking for coyotes and all that, and he says there's mink down there, and we've never had mink since my dad sold the pelts back in the 40s.
The Wetland Restoration Program has really been beneficial for us. We've got a little bit more ground this year that we're going into the program as well. We've got some acreage that's just east of the house, and it just comes up flooding halfway through. So we thought, well, let's put this into the program as well, since we can't get a good crop off of it. And we'll see the wildlife even closer to the house.
So this property is significant because of the scale of it. He's on both sides of the Silver Creek, so he's encompassing the wetland and the natural bottom areas on both sides of the creek and providing a wildlife corridor.
Well, I'm really excited about the future for it down there, really I am. My son, he brings his buddies, they go hunting down there. He really enjoys it down there. And Karen and I, we enjoy that they enjoy it. It's like we're leaving a legacy for them.
This is something of a heritage that we're actually in the middle of, me and my husband, that it's something we can hand down to our children. That even if they just come to visit, to hunt, come and enjoy it, enjoy all the wildlife, enjoy just the openness. It's really nice. We're really happy to have it.
First of all, I gotta thank Jack and Danny. They were the duck hunters that hunt down here. Even when we had crops down there, they informed me about it, the program, and that's what we got to start checking into. So kudos to them. They
are two good buddies that have just helped us tremendously with this program. The program has really been a blessing for us. It's really been an answer to a problem, not only with wildlife being really kind of extinct in this area, bringing it back, but then it served so many other purposes too. It's been a great experience, it really has been. And thank you for Robin, because she explained how they were going to do it. It's turned out really great. I couldn't be happier with it.
Well, I love my job, and I'm proud of this property. This is one of my favorite ones to come look at. I love waking up every day and getting to work with these landowners and come out to these beautiful areas and see the wildlife. And I'm especially grateful for the Bauers and them being just such great people to work with and sharing that enthusiasm that we have for these natural resources that we're trying to conserve.